Hi all, welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we'll be learning about how we can use soft assertion in Playwright with Python. So basically, if the first question obviously coming to our mind, like what is soft assertion? And so basically there are two types of assertions. One is hard assertions and another is soft assertion. So let's say you have a method in which you have written multiple assertions, and if you're using hard assertions, then in case your first assertion is getting failed, or whatever assertion is getting failed, the test will be stopped there, and it will skip the remaining assertions, and then it will jump to the next test. Now if you're if you're not sure what I'm talking about, so let me give you an example first. So here I have copied this code like test tooltip from here to here. Okay, now let me this there is only one assertion currently, like this expect assertion. Now let me tell you, this expect is a hard assertions. Okay, because if I use, like if I have multiple expect statement here, then if this first statement gets failed, that means the 11th numbers expect assertion is getting failed. If that is happening, in that case the next assertions will not be executed. So let me give you an example here, or let me show you with a demo. For here we have right now, we are, so what we are doing here, right? So we are actually navigating to this website, and this is the website, and then what we are doing, we are just hovering over it and extracting this tooltip message and verifying it. Okay, now let me add some few more actions to do. Let's say I want to verify whether this text box is empty or not. Okay, so that also I can write. So expect what I'm expecting, age input dot there is a method called to be empty, right? So using this method we can verify whether this text box is empty or not. Okay, next we are, let's say we want to enter some value, so that also we can do. So age input dot fill, and the value should be, let's say, 25, right? Now next we are validating again with expect keyword, that is age input dot to have. Now this time it should not be empty, so we can give some like not to be empty, something like that. See, not to be empty is also there, so that also we can put, and then we can give another assertions like what is the value, right? So that also we can validate. Dot it should be, there is a method called to have value, so that should be 25. Right, now let me run it and check whether it's working or not. So or minus s does headed, and then it is under miscellaneous and taste soft assertions, and let me add one slow motion as well. It's not necessary, but just to see whether execution is happening properly not, because it would be very fast. So I'm giving a slow motion of just 400 milliseconds. Okay, so let's execute it and let's see what happens. So as you can see, all the tests passed, right? Now all the test means all the assertions are passed, and there is only one test, right? So let me do one thing, let me fail one verification. So let me do one thing. This expected message, we are expecting that we ask for your age only for statistical purpose. Okay, so let me remove this only keyword or only word. So now this expected message is changed, right? So obviously it should fail. Let's see what happens, whether it executes remaining assertions or not. So you can see the test would stop there, right there. See, it is not performing the remaining actions, like you have to fill the text input, right, with 25. So it is not failing anything, so that means it stopped just here in these assertions only, because this assertion is getting failed. So that means this is a hard assertions. Now if you have a requirement kind like let's say you have sometimes happen because see, first of all, this is not recommended. You should not use more than one assertions in single test, because one test should have only one objective. Okay, and if you have need to create another assertion, then create another separate test. For that you can make your test atomic, right? I mean, that's the ideal, I mean, recommended approach. Okay, now let's say we want to have more than one assertions in our test. Then how we can achieve it without making it fail? So what I want to execute all the assertions and then mark the test as fail, and also show me in the console like which are the which assertions are getting failed, right? So that thing we can do. I mean, we cannot do with expect keyword. Okay, so let me show you one thing. In this assertions, Playwright has its inbuilt soft assertions. You can see here, by default fail assertions will terminate the test execution. Playwright also supports soft assertions. For failed soft assertions, do not terminate the test execution, what I just have told, right? So mark the test as failed. So this thing is already there in Playwright, but this is available with Node.js only. With Python it's not there. So if I just change this to Python, you can see here like there is no soft assertion sections. So I don't know why it is not implemented yet, but maybe in future they will implement it, but for now it is not available there. So if you are using Playwright with Python and if you need soft assertions, then what you can do, there is another package available, that is pytest-check. So this is the package pytest-check. So what you have to do, you have to just copy this and go to your PyCharm and hit it and hit enter. I already, no, I think I have not installed, but I need to check it if I have already or not. So pip list. So I do not have pytest-check, right? pytest, no, there is no pytest-check. So I can just execute this command. So it's saying like successfully installed pytest-check 1.0.10, right? Now if you come down here, just scroll it down and you will see what you have to do. It is very simple, like the validation functions they have given. So just like this, you have to use this import statement, import pytest-check as check, and then you can make it anything. Without check you can make it expect as well. So as per your wish and as per your requirement you can do it. So let's say we are giving it as check, then what you have to do, check dot greater a comma b. So it is checking like whether a is greater than b or not. The next validation is like less equal, so whether it's less than equal to b is less than equal to a or not. So that's they are verifying it. It's also verifying like whether is in, so a is in c or not, so is 1 in the list or not. So we can check it now, what how it is happening, how it is working. Okay, so let me import it. So import pytest check as check, right? Yeah. Now so as you know, like now if you are using soft assertions with pytest-check, then we cannot use this expect thing because this is hard assertion. So we have to just give a has to comment it out. So let me do it. Okay, so the first one was expected text. So let me keep it as it is now. Okay, so check dot is in, right? So is in should be like tooltip message dot inner text, comma. So is in should be um, okay. So the first one should be this expected text. So we are expecting, no, what we are doing actually, we are actually not we are validating whether this is equals to this tooltip message, right? So we are not verifying that whether it's whether it contains this text or not. So it's different. So we need to use equal, right? Dot equal, and in equal we can give like tooltip message, comma, expected text. Very good. And also I think we can give some message as well. I think it's not compulsory, but you can give it, but for now let's keep it like this. Now the next one is like no, okay, this is we have already done. And now the next one is age input is to be empty, right? So what we can do, we can first age input dot input value. So what will be do, what this method will do, this method will get, it will just extract this value, whatever value is there. If it is empty, then it will empty none, or nothing, and if there is any value, then that value will be fetched. So let me put with a in a variable, let me keep it in a variable, so it is value. Now next we can do like check dot dot what we can do, let's do the equal one only, equal, and the value should be equal nothing. Let's see what happens now. I don't know whether it will work or not, but let's try it. Okay, so the next one is this one. So this one also we can do similar way, and here let's put it as 25. So let's keep this only 3 assertions. So right now we have 3 check 1, this is check 1, this is check 2, and this is check 3. Now we know like the first check will fail, okay, that we know already. Now we do what we do not know, like whether this will fail or not, right? So let's run it now. Okay, so it failed. Now let's check what happens. So it's saying like failed to check. So it's saying already it failed to check, right? And it is not saying like one passed, because the actual test is failed. So that is why it's saying one failed, but two check is failed. That means one check obviously is passed, right? So which two check were failed? And those checks were like, the first is assertion, this one. So oh, okay, I did a mistake here. Let me correct it once again. So what I did, like after filling it, I'm just verifying with the value that was captured here. It was none, right? No, it was null, there is nothing. Now the problem is like now it is having a value, right? That is 25. So now we have to again use this statement to get the input value. Now let's run it once again. Okay, so you can see like one failed checks are, that is one, and the two got passed. So out of 3 assertions, or out of 3 checks, one check is failed and remaining two checks were passed, right? But the overall test is failed because there is still one check is failed. So that we already know why it is failing, because where expected text is incorrect. So what was the expected test? Let me correct it. So we ask your age only, so we deleted that only word, and let me run once again. Okay, so this is still failing, failed checks 1. So let's check why it is failing. Check dot equal tooltip message expected text. Okay, okay. So what is the problem here? We are actually validating with tooltip message, but this is the locator, right? So we have to get the message. So for that, what we have to do, we have to use dot inner text. Now let's run it. Now it fails. Now there is one confusion you would have, as the first test was failing. So how do you confirm like whether the remaining assertions are passed? So for that, what we can do now, uh, let me do one thing. Let's I mean, we already seeing like it is getting this 25 is getting passed. So let me fail it here, like, or what we can do, this is empty, right? mm, that's fine, we can validate it with this way. I mean, whether 25 is getting inserted or not. So let me uh, change this value once again, and let me run it once again. So we would see like it is not stopped exactly there, right? So as you can see, 25 is getting added, right? So that means this statement is getting executed, and that is why we can confirm from that thing, like yeah, so this remaining tests are getting executed. And even we can further check it here as well. So we can give some value like 250 or 250. So it should now fail. There should be two checks that are failed, and one check should be passed. So as you can see, two checked were failed. Again, now if I just scroll it up, now you can see here where it is failing. So there are two checks failed, so it's saying like failure. We ask for this one, so here it is failing. Even we can see like it's giving detailed explanation like where it is actually failing. So you can see this, there is a hyphen or something, some mark is there to make you understand like, okay, there is a y, extra y is there, that is why it's failing. And here also it is saying like it is 250, that 25 is sorry, what was expected. Okay, so here the value is extracting value is this one. So 250 is expected now, but we are getting 25, so that is why it is failing. So very good. I mean, it is giving very good output also, so that we can easily understand. So even if you have a requirement of using software assertions, then obviously you can try this. If you are using Playwright with Python, this works very well. I am not explaining you all the methods that is available here, pytest checks, because if you scroll it down, then you can see lots of methods are there. Check dot equal, check dot not equal, check is not. I think this is self-explanatory, because you can understand like what it is doing, and you can try it out, whatever, if what I mean, based on your requirement. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you like this video, please do a like, please like it, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.